Hey, I'm Megan, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make 2 Dollar Tree lanterns that will only cost you about $3 each. These lanterns are super cute. They definitely don't look like they're from Dollar Tree, and they're pretty easy to make. To make this lantern, you will need 2 shadow boxes from the Dollar Tree. It doesn't matter what style, they're all the same size. On the back, you'll find 2 screws with a sawtooth hanger or whatever it's called. I use pliers, found it easier than using a screwdriver. Remove it, and then you just use your fingers or hands, whatever, some pressure, and you can easily pull the back of the box off. Do this to both boxes, and I also pulled the extra paper off and the little circles off. Dollar Tree's version of Jenga tumbling tower game, 1 box will make 2 lanterns. And they are conveniently the same thickness or width, whatever you want to call it, as the shadow box. Gel super glue, I like this better than regular super glue because it's not as messy, and the dry time is super short. The hold is amazing, really strong. So little dabs of gel glue, and you're going to put 5 blocks together. We're making the larger lantern, 5 blocks times 4, so 4 columns. This idea was 100% inspired by J Money DIY. She made a lantern made out of wood glue and Jenga blocks only. It was awesome. I wanted to put my own spin on it. Her video is linked in the description below. Like I said, dry time super short, so 10 minutes later, you can pick up your Jenga pieces and move them around. And you can still kind of see some cracks in there, and I wasn't down with that. So I added a little bit more of the gel glue in all the cracks and sanded down the blocks. Now, ignore the powder I put on the table. I was thinking if I put chalk powder down, it would keep the blocks from being glued to the table. I don't know if this worked. It definitely made a mess. And you can definitely see a difference between the sanded block and the non-sanded block, like where the cracks are filled. Then, smallest dab of gel glue again, and you're going to add your column to the first shadow box. Wait 10 minutes, and then you add your other shadow box to your first column. The next columns are super easy because all you have to do is put gel glue on each side and kind of wedge it into place. Wait a little bit, and then move on to the next step. Now there was one column that was kind of wonky, so I had to add some weight to hold it in place, and that was fine. It worked out perfectly. Like I said, 10 minutes later, it was good to go. And then I also added glue in all the corners because I want this to be a super strong permanent hold. And this is what we have so far. Notice that both of the shadow boxes are facing up or facing the same direction. Then I'm using chalk paint, painting all over my lantern. You can use whatever paint you want, whatever stain you have. I prefer chalk paint because it really fills in the cracks. It's super thick, and the dry time is super short as well. Then I went back with burnt umber acrylic paint, and I kind of barely swiped the sides and then dry brushed the entire lantern. I like this look, but it also helped hide any areas where you could see the blocks glued together. And this is what we have so far. Now, originally I was going to use Walmart's chicken wire to put on the inside of my lantern, and I decided not to do that because anytime that happens, people have issues finding the chicken wire. So I went with the bamboo skewers to put them on the outside. These are also from Dollar Tree. Laid it down, measured corner to corner, then just using scissors, I cut the little wood stick down. And it's kind of rough on the edge that you cut. Just taking some sandpaper, rub it against there and smooth it down. The smallest dabs of hot glue, and this is how I'm going to place my skewer or stick onto my lantern. Now the stick that crosses over, I had to kind of bend it a little bit to get it to fit where it'd lay nicely across the other stick or the X. I don't know. I'm sure you can see what I'm doing. And that worked out really, really well. Hot glue dries super fast. I did this to all 4 sides, and after that was done, you just go back, or I went back anyways, and I added more super glue under there because like I said, I want this to be a permanent stronghold. I'm not taking this puppy apart. I'm keeping it together forever. And then I did go back and paint and distress the sticks. Now, because I didn't originally decide to add these sticks, I would suggest doing this step before you ever start painting. Then the bottom of the shadow box, flip it over on the back, and I'm going to add some scrap pieces of Dollar Tree's wood look contact paper, but if you don't have that, just go ahead and paint it. Keep this thing under $3, you know what I'm saying? Flip it over. This is the bottom side of the lantern. More glue, and just put the little back of the shadow box back into the box. And this is done. For the smaller lantern, I did the exact same steps, except I only used 3 of the blocks for the columns. You will actually have 4 blocks left over, so you could technically make one of the lanterns a little bit taller. And here is what they look like. I don't think they look like they're made out of Jenga blocks. I don't think they look like they're from Dollar Tree. The largest one is a little bit over a foot tall, and I'm in love. If you're looking for a full list, I have it right here. All you need is 1 tumbling tower game, 1 pack of the skewers, 4 shadow boxes, and that will make you 2 lanterns. Now, if you don't have glue, this will cost you $3.50 each, and that can also be picked up at Dollar Tree. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you next time, my friend.